Here we go, right back into it. A long break to say the least, but after 3 rounds of losers play out, we've got our matchup here for this final match of the day. St. Clair College coming up against Oakland Esports. It's going to be Oakland University's squad here. They got Raz coming in for that initial touch there. It's going to be out to the corner, out to Robin. I can't get a read on these other guys' names. They're a little long there, to say the least, but 0-0 start, Jay Wismont.
Yeah, we have
Sonic
interesting
Boom.
cast here. To Sonic Boom, Raz, and Jay
Wismont there.
Wismont.
And this is going to be, okay, so this is the losers quarterfinals technically. However, regardless, the winner of this series will be moving on to that top 8 on Sunday. The loser going to be sent packing when it comes to this second qualifier here for the CCA Opens. A shot looking close towards that net from Sonic Boom, but it's cleared out by, I believe that was Ramen there on that save. Back off the corner from Wismont. Follow up from Sonic Boom, but Spoods tries to clear that one out. Lots of resets in this possession coming through from Oakland.
Yeah, this is a bit of ping pong back and forth here. Looks like we are going to see the ball in St. Clair's zone. Raz going to get a demo onto Christian.
Christian back up. He grabs the 100 boost in the corner there, and now the one thing I'm noticing is, like, I talked about those resets in the possession. Every time Saints try to find one of those clears, it looks like it's Raz there, kind of playing that half court, half field, just to be able to send those back into the Saints zone. And we've seen Saints haven't really managed to get a good shot off. Kind of just playing on this defense for a good chunk of this game, doing it fairly well, keeping it 0-0, but not finding much pressure of their own. You see little rally tries to get started there by the Saints, but it's cleared all the way back into their zone. Raz sets it up off the side, but Spoods there to intercept that ball. Pops it right over to Sonic Boom with Wismont. Be the only player to contest that one. We're almost halfway through this game, and feels like nothing's happened so far.
Yeah, very much back and forth right now. Nothing too crazy yet. No goals at 2.5 minutes. So, you know, like you said, nothing really has happened yet.
It's been a lot of 2 players kind of racing for this ball, using up that boost. Going to be Christian. Is able to find it in the corner. A setup towards the middle there. Is Spood's going to come through to touch it? That's the question. It's Jay Wismont, actually, to be the one with that clear. And to Sonic Boom, plays these aerial balls really well, actually.
Yeah, seeing Christian trying to make something work, but it's just not happening.
Christian actually on a new car this game, too, compared to the rest of the day here. Back to that Octane and sets it up down towards the middle. Ramen going to be taking it all the way over to the corner. It's just a slow bounce. Raz, it's a contestation here. That's right in the air for Christian. Sent down towards the middle, though. No shot's going to be good just yet.
Whoa.
Right over the net. Is it going to be good? Off the post. Spoods finds a solid shot in the game, but the post going to be his greatest enemy today. Christian, demoed by Jay Wismont, giving a little bit of time for Oakland to maybe set up some pressure, but Ramen's got it all the way over in this corner. Christian, he's going to be able to play some solid defense there. Allow Spoods, the player with that full boost, to try and take it out of their zone. Wismont on that follow-up, but a double commit from the Saints is going to save them for now.
Yeah, we are going to see, again, more ping pong. Nobody has made a goal, and it's less than a minute left in this game.
Yeah, we've already hit now over 4 minutes and 40 or 15 seconds here. Just going to hit that 30-second mark. Will one of these teams be the ones to give up that goal, or are we going to have a 0-0 overtime to come through is the question. 30 seconds on that clock. It's a scuffle in the corner. Sonic Boom seems to be the one to win that one out. Nice little mix-up there as well. Pass it back. No follow-up from the team. Wismont able to get his car on that one. Get a little bit of a shot over, but it ends up in the corner. Spoods now, slow setup towards that middle. There's always someone there for both of these teams. Every time that setup tries to come through the middle, somebody is there to clear it out. And you can see the kind of shots both of these teams want to set up are very, very similar, but it also means both of them know exactly how to counter that.
Exactly. We are into overtime now. You know, 0-0 score line, so it's going to be really interesting to see who will take this first goal. We don't even have an inkling as to who would be the first goal.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about game one being a feel-out game, being an adjustment game, but usually that comes through with each team having a decently high score count. However, this time, it'll be a big difference. Raz actually whiffs that one. Could have been a big opportunity, but Wismont there to bail out his teammate on that save. Tries to get a shot towards the middle. It's not going to have enough power on it to really get past Spoods there, but here's this setup towards the middle. You see Wismont trying to come in and find that touch, but the Saints very, very comfortable with that same shot. Know exactly what's going to happen, but they didn't know that Roz was going to come in all the way from the air, grab that pass, and find that goal. Back and forth from Raz and Jay Wismont there, and that's going to be 1-0. Probably, I think, the lowest scoreline we've seen today. I think we might have had one other 1-0 to come through, if I'm not mistaken, but it's a slow game, and I mean, just look at the shots from both sides. 6 shots, 12 shots total in the game, and only 1 goal to be found. Save numbers looking pretty solid, too, from the teams there. Oakland Esports going to be up 1 game.
Yeah, that was a really good goal at the end there. It went straight up into the air, and then it was, I do believe, Wismont that bumped the ball over to the left, and then in the end, Roz was able to get it into the goal.
Yeah, a nice pass back and forth between the two. And you seal up that overtime. Christian now trying to start this one off a little more aggressive. I think both of these teams, I don't think it was in the plan for either of these teams to make it to a 0-0 overtime, let alone for the Saints to let that goal through. But it was a great passing play, and when those are the only goals you're letting in all series, you can be feeling pretty solid about it. Roz tries to go for another one. Bar down, but out. Not going to be able to find the back of that net there. To Sonic Boom. Takes down Christian. Roz, could be a good setup. Not if Ramen, though, going to be covering the air, as usual, honestly, coming from Ramen.
Yeah, he's always in the air.
Yeah, always seem to find the guy in the air, whether it be contesting a ball, carrying a ball, or setting it up at that backboard for his teammates. Ramen spends probably the least time on the ground out of all these players.
I'm pretty sure he's flying a plane, not driving a car.
Yeah, he actually needs a pilot's license to play Rocket League here. Spoods,
exactly.
though, taking a bit of a hint from Ramen there, sending it towards the skies. Sent down by, I believe that was Christian, to find that touch. That could be a good goal. Wismont in the net. Bar down, off him, and back out. Once again, both teams going to be the crossbar being the bane of their existence here. Not even going to be multiple players to find that save. Just off the defender, off the crossbar, and just cannot find that goal. Still 0-0. These teams very, very evenly matched. Oakland been able to get the best of the Saints in game 1. Maybe if you can try and find that goal just a little bit earlier, won't have such a stressful overtime to come through.
Yeah, it looks like we have more ping pong going on. Oh, and just as I say that, Saints almost score, but Raz is going to get the save on that one.
It's such a good shot setup. You see that pass to come through. You see the second attacker come in, find that ball, but Raz playing back of the net defense is a big one there. He gets a little bit of extra time to really check out the angle where that ball is coming in, and just gives him a little bit more time to set it up when he plays from the back of that net, rather than, you know, trying to play defense from the corner like we see a lot of players do.
Yeah. Jay Wismont going to bring that ball around here, but Christian gonna boop it back.
Up on, and got those splash sounds on the flips now, or on the boost there. Coming through. Nice little backflip from Ramen. It's gonna possibly be able to clear that one out, but Sonic Boom, so good on setting these ones up. Roz gives them right back what Ramen did to them off the crossbar. No Saint to follow it up on Ramen's setup there. Christian has to move back, has to be that defender, or else you're going to give up that goal, and definitely don't want to give up a wide one like that. Smart plays from Christian to make that rotation just a little bit shy of that goal for the Saints.
Jay Wismont trying to get this goal to go through here. The Sonic Boom trying to help out Roz. See if he can do this. Looks like it's not going to be of any luck this time. Oh, maybe. Oh, it bounces right off of the backboard, and the ball is back in the hands of the Saints.
Roz almost looked like he was going to get the follow-up on that one, but just barely able to find it. Finds the follow-up in the air, however. Spoots clears it out from this corner. Minute 15 on the play. Still 0-0. We've got another Game 1 situation here. Neither of these teams really figured each other out, just playing some textbook Rocket League, textbook defense, textbook offense. Spoots off the backboard to himself. He's able to get that 1-0 scoreline.
Look at that.
Break that 0 score for both teams here. What a play.
Beautiful plays all around. Saints 1-0 lead over Oakland Esports right now. We're at the kickoff yet again, and again, more ping pong.
Always
ping pong
to go back to it. You know, when it takes some crazy play like that from Spoots to be able to break that 0-0 scoreline, you don't expect the goals to immediately start coming back out. However, the Sonic Boom tries to set it up towards the net there after a demo as well, but it ends up in the corner. Spoots gonna find this carry. Jay Wismont clears that one out. 30 seconds to play with. Oakland, you gotta find something in this next 30 seconds or else you're gonna see yourself with a 1-1 scoreline here. Keep in mind, this is for that top 8 spot. This is to stay in this CCA qualifier. Both these teams do not want to be having Saturday be the end of their qualifier. They're trying to make it to that Sunday spot. You've got 5 seconds left. This is what Oakland needs, but Christian carrying it all the way out there, not what Oakland needs. A nice contest from Ramen. Roz trying to keep it into play for the team. Spoots, all you want to do is knock it straight down. It's staying in the air. This is a rally and a half. Roz, it's going to go. Will it touch ground? To Sonic Boom, to Jay Wismont. Off of Roz to Sonic Boom. So much boost to work with. I mean, we've been on 0 second for about 30 seconds here. Roz tries to get that follow-up. Ramen contest in the air, send it down. We've got 1-1 in the series right now.
Look at that. 1-1 scoreline going into Game 3. Really anybody's game right now.
And a 1-0 from Oakland in Game 1 and a 1-0 from St. Clair in Game 2. I mean, we're going into Game 3. We've seen 2 goals all series. Just goes to show you exactly where these 2 teams are at. Solid contenders here. And what seems like a good matchup for each other's play styles. Really giving, like, both teams giving each other a hard time trying to do, you know, their main game plan, what they want to try and set up, and it's making, you see Spoots, Christian, even Ramen too, it's making them go for setups that, you know, you typically wouldn't see out of the Saints. They have to kind of get creative a little bit because Oakland seems to have their number on these typical setups. You see, try to set it down towards the middle. Roz, he's going to be there for that contest. They're not, Oakland's just not going to let setups like that happen.
Yeah, we're going to see, looks like Spood's gonna have the ball here. Try to do out Raz here, but it's not quite gonna work. Doesn't seem like it to Sonic Boom. Trying to get that ball from Spoots, but when Spoots has that ball in the air, it's his.
Ramen tries to follow up on that one, but can't make that save. Roz off the backboard there.
And it just goes right in like that. Just scoots right past Ramen.
Right through him, Roz. Yeah, he almost like jumped over Ramen there just to get in the way of that ball. Ramen thought he had that save set up, but now we're here with a 1-0, but this time it happened before a minute had even been taken off that clock, so not as much of a stalemate as we've seen from these earlier games, and that's probably going to happen as we get deeper into this series. Both teams kind of figuring things out a little more every single second that passes by, and always trying new setups and seeing what is going to work up against these other teams. But as of right now, sticking to this 1-0 scoreline seems to just be the story of this series right now.
Definitely. Roz, gonna see if he can make it a 2-0 scoreline. Not quite going to get anything yet. Still keeping the pressure on in Saints net.
Spoods tries to take it over half, but to Sonic Boom, really good at keeping these in where possible. That's a great contestation from Roz. Keep it in this zone. Christian rotates out to be that defender for the team. And look at Sonic Boom, just so good at these clears. Every single time it's right back towards that Saints net. And the Saints, so far in game 3, tough time getting offense going. Almost looking like that first 3-4 minutes of game 1 there.
Yeah, definitely. Seeing Sonic Boom trying to get a hold of this ball. Spoods though, and Ramen gonna keep it to themselves. Keeping it away from the side of Oakland for the most part.
It's just it's a kind of a deadlock here from both teams. It's been set up. Someone tries to make a pass, and when that pass comes through, there's either an interception on it, it's going to be cleared out, or just something like this from half to Sonic Boom. It's going to go a little bit too high in that left corner. Christian now finds himself in the corner. There's a bump on the goal line, but Roz is there for the play. Always there to make that save. Now here to make this offense happen. Send it out towards the middle. Ramen stops that ball in its tracks as Jay Wismont going to be the one picking it up.
Yeah, Jay Wismont proving to be a little bit of a menace this game and kind of stopping those balls from going too far.
Yeah, 100%. He's really shutting down any kind of clears. Sonic Boom's been really good at the far clears, but Jay Wismont contesting that ball in that close range has definitely been his style of play here. There's a demo to come through from Christian, and now gives you about a half a second to play with, but Jay Wismont right back in that game. Sonic Boom here for the setup. It's going to go a little bit high off of both Spoods and Boom there. Both of them end up meeting that ball, sending it high up over that backboard, up over the crossbar. And now, right back to this deadlock, passed out, tries to hit Christian. It is actually going to land on Christian's nose. Maybe not the angle he was looking for initially. Spoods actually going to miss the touch on that ball. Roz is out of the play for a second or two here, but Sonic Boom right there when you need him.
A minute remaining, and we are 1-0 for the side of Oakland. Will we be able to tie it up and go to an overtime, or will Oakland win this game 3? We'll have to see.
Is the question. Sonic Boom tries to send it out off that backboard there. We've seen Ramen with this setup before. Christian not going to find the angle, pops it up into the air, and in the end, Sonic Boom back in play. Raw's good for that clear, but Ramen keeping it as alive as you can be in this game. Still 1-0 on that scoreline. We've only seen 3 goals this entire series. Can this trend keep going, or will Saints find something in this last 10 seconds here?
10 seconds on the clock. It is do or die for Saints, and they are trying their mightiest right now. Ramen gonna try to make this work. Ball is going to maybe touch the ground here. Christian's gonna keep it up.
I mean, you bring it out to that corner. Here's the thing. The ball can touch the walls all at once. It's whenever it touches that green area that the play is going to be dead. So all you're playing for is these dribbles off the crossbar. It's going to go back. Spoods, can you touch the back of the net there? 3 defenders there for it. Jay Wismont going to be the one to actually land that save, and it's a 2-1 scoreline so far for this Oakland squad. Look at that. Still such a low shot count on both teams.
Oh yeah, that's it's interesting to see it, but I think most of the time it was spent in the middle of the arena, kind of going back and forth, like you said, like ping pong. So we'll have to see if we'll get more shots as it goes on. Like, Oakland seems to be pretty confident right now. Maybe they'll start playing more aggressive, or maybe, you know, the Saints will kind of wake up and be like, hey, this is do or die. This is match point. So
yeah, I mean, technically not a reverse sweep, but you still got to win 2 straight. Saints in a tough position here, moving in, like you said, match point. Oakland Esports looking to just win this one out, move on to that top 8 there on Sunday. Still, though, only 3 goals in this entire series. Such a low-scoring game. And honestly, very low scoring for the amount of shots as well. Oakland had 7 shots, Saints had 4, and only 1 goal to come through in the end. It's just been, like we talked about, a lot of back and forth around that middle zone, and not a lot of time where either of these teams have necessarily gotten that ball into the crease. Just long-range shots almost is the only way I can describe it.
Absolutely. A lot of the shots we have seen today between these two teams have been like half arena shots. Yeah,
like just so much airtime on that ball. You're seeing it right now. You saw the clear out to Spoods. Spoods answers back with another cross-field shot there, and to Sonic Boom with that clear, but all it's doing is just bringing possession back and forth until one of these teams really finds that opening, which could be right now. Jay Wismont pops it up to the left. Not the angle he was necessarily looking for, but a good setup to Sonic Boom. Wasn't able to finish that one off. He does get a shot, but it is going to be saved. Roz, only 14 boosts to work with on that setup. Look at the bounce. Jay Wismont to tap it in.
3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Saints, you have to get a goal to bring this to overtime or further.
It looked like it bounced off the ground. I didn't even know Jay Wismont was there. He was blending in with the ball, literally.
Yeah, he did. He really did.
What a play. That's how, I want to say, 2 out of 3 of Oakland's goals have been found this series, is just find a very fast pass from the corner or from the middle and have someone just barely touch it to change that trajectory. It makes it so hard for those defenders to read, because there's also the chance that that person going in for that second touch just doesn't touch the ball at all. And if you've already, say, started a flip to try and adjust for that new tap, that extra second touch on the ball, then you're going to be just a little bit too far out of it. So once again, it almost ends up a little mix-up there, a little read that needs to be made as the defender. The Saints, they've been good at the reads so far, but Oakland just been a little bit better on these shots.
Looks like we're going to see more back and forth here. A little bit of a scuffle on the blue zone. Might see something come out of it. Might not.
That's the question. Christian in the corner across the goal line. Tries to chase it. Pass it back out to Spoods coming in from half. Ramen up to the crossbar. Jay Wismont there for the save. An air demo to come through. To Sonic Boom is down, but Jay Wismont there trying to find his second of the game. It's not going to be good. Spoods on that save there. Close to that post. Jay Wismont and Roz there for the 2-man play. Christian to receive that ball, and once again, these possession swaps have been so critical for both teams, not letting either team get too much set up. That's been the problem. They gave Roz too much time with that ball, and Jay Wismont too much time to grab boosts for that setup, and that's how the 1 goal ended up coming through. So trying to just not let any team get more than 1 or 2 passes before you find that interception or that contention on that ball. It's big. It's what's going to bring either of these teams to victory here, but Saints really got to bring the heat right now, because you're on match point and there's 1:45 left on the clock.
Yeah, right now, so far in this series, we have had 1-0s back and forth, and, you know, Saints, if you want to have a chance at winning this, you have to make it so it's no longer 1-0. We have to see a 1-1 at the very least before anything can change.
That's the thing. You have to tie up this game, and yeah, you can think about, okay, we can try to find 2 goals in 1:20, but you're not even worried about that at this point. You're worried about tying it up just to keep yourself in the series right now, to bring yourself to overtime. Look, like, these are amazing shots to come through. That's why I just want to give all credit to this Oakland defense, because the Saints are not giving them easy shots to save, but they just are there every time. Whether it be Roz, whether it be to Sonic Boom, trying to set up a little double touch off the post there, but Roz not going to be able to follow up on it, thanks to Ramen in that net to clear it out. A little 1-for-1 there. Spoods and Roz demo each other, and now 2v2 on the field for a little bit.
Yeah, this could be interesting. This could be what St. Clair needs right now with 30 seconds left on the clock, just barely.
Now to hit that 30-second mark. It rolls down. Ramen doesn't have the speed to really follow it up. Spoods touch off of himself, off the ground and into the net. Spoods, wild plays to come through. These able to find that. Look at that touch to Sonic Boom. Didn't even know what was coming. They've done it, Amanda. They've tied it up. Are we going to see an overtime, or are we going to see one of these teams find that shot, find that 2-1 that's necessary in this last 20 seconds?
Oh, actually, just as you say that, Spoods is going to get a 2-1 right now. Get that goal, tie it up, or bring it past the tie.
So I guess we know who found it. It's going to be Spoods. 13 seconds in play. That ball is going to land. 2-1 now. Saints from a 1-0 deficit all game. Really rallying back in this last minute here. Doesn't want their run to end just yet. Trying to bring it to that game 5, the decider of it all. However, Oakland, keep in mind, you still got 5 seconds to work with. You still got a rally to work with if you don't let this ball touch ground, but Christian's got other ideas. He wants it to fall in that corner. Ramen, great contest. Ramen's great at just shutting those down.
Oh, yeah.
At the end. He's so good. I mean, clearly, from the player who spends all his time in the air, he's good at sending balls straight to the ground. It's kind of his thing. He sets it up for the team as well as shuts down those games when necessary. 2-2 moving into game 5. This is for all the marbles. This is for that top 8 spot. We've got 5 minutes of Rocket League to play. Let's see who's going to come out on top. Will it be Oakland or will it be the Saints?
That is the question. We'll have to see. I mean, there was a little bit more shots in this game here. Like, there was 5 on the side of Saints, 7 on the side of Oakland. So, I mean, we're seeing more shots on the net. However, you know, and we also saw more goals, so, I mean, it makes sense. But,
yeah, no, 100%. I mean, you saw, I think that's 1 more shot from the Saints to come through. 2 more quality ones from Spoods. Keep that in mind. And looks like might have a little bit of issues with the lobby here, but nonetheless, we'll be getting into this game 5. There we go. Everybody back in, everybody set up. Rocket League kind of deciding to, let's say, explode on the Observer PC here, but nonetheless, we're making it into game 5. We're here. We're going to wait for these players to get into the pitch. This is it. I mean, really, what's the story here is the question. How does either of these teams grab the lead, grab, say, an early lead to try and come through? Because we've seen so much 0-0, 1-0 to come through for 4 minutes of the game. How do you keep that going? How do you make it any larger than just a 1-goal gap?
Exactly, that is the question.
Might be having some lobby tag here. We might.
Yeah, might be a little bit of some tech issues, but that's okay. We can wait it out.
100%. I mean, 2-2 in this series. Keep in mind, coming into game 4, only 3 goals scored. 3 goals in that whole game to come through. So, I mean, it's weird. We expect as the games get later that, or you expect later into the series that you're going to get less goals to come through as these teams kind of start figuring each other out, maybe just matching each other's aggression, matching each other's defense. But we kind of had that completely flipped on its head in this series where such low-scoring games for the start. We had a 0-0 overtime in game 1, and as we keep moving on, the goals start to pick up, and Spoods starts to feel a little bit of momentum, finds 1 goal, finds another on both pretty well solo plays there. I mean, there was an assist from Ramen in that second goal, but nonetheless, it's going to come through. It looks like we are having a little bit of lobby tag to come through. We're just going to have to see what happens, but we're going to send it to a quick little tech pause here. It shouldn't be longer than a few minutes. We'll get into the deciding game of the day, game 5. It's 2-2 right now. Either team could take it. Here we go. Right back into it. Quick fix on that lobby there. These teams ready to go, ready to play out this game 5. starts off, tries to be an aggressive play off the start by Roz. Kind of just met by Spoods at that backboard. To Sonic Boom flies right over it. Not going to really have the flip there to find that new angle on that ball. But I have a feeling, Amanda, I may curse this, don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I have a feeling we might see another very, very tight game here. I'm talking 1-0, I'm talking 0-0 till that overtime, because this is it. This is both of these teams' run in the CCA Open here, trying to keep it alive. Neither team is going to really make any critical errors. It's going to come down to making some insane reads on these balls and maybe just waiting for somebody to overcommit, even just by a pixel, by a hair. You got to find that gap, and it's just going to be, till then, play some textbook Rocket League, play your contestants, play that ping pong, as we like to call it. I mean, it's what we've been seeing all series, and I don't expect it to change this game.
Definitely not. I think you're absolutely spot on there. I think it's going to be a very back and forth game, especially game 5. Like you said, this is their run in CCA. One of these teams is going home tonight. So we'll have to see who it will be and if it's going to be a tight match like we predict.
I mean, going home tonight, going home in 3.5 minutes here if one of these teams can find a goal by then. However, it's right out to the goal line. Roz almost pinches it out to his own net, but Jay Wismont right there for that save. Clear off the ceiling. Christian, no boost to follow up on that, kind of just has to watch. Jay Wismont is the one to get that touch. That's a triple commit to come through from Oakland for a fraction of a second there to Sonic Boom. Kind of realizes it, flips his car around, goes back to make that rotation, boosts back up. He's able to get something. Jay Wismont a little bit too short on that one. Christian pops it right over the defender. He's able to break that 0-0 scoreline. All right, so maybe I did curse it a little bit.
Just
However,
a little bit.
2 minutes without any goals, over 2 minutes without any goals, I'd say that's a pretty close game nonetheless. 1-0. Saints, we've seen you take a game with this scoreline before. Can you do it again?
Definitely. We'll have to see. 1-0 could be the final score of this game, or could be going to a 2-1.
Yeah, sometimes that first goal just opens the floodgates when it comes to more following. Even if it's for Oakland to say, sometimes you just need one team to score a goal to kind of get, you know, that other team or both teams to just wake up and go, all right, we're either keeping this momentum or we're matching the Saints' momentum right now. Ramen in the net. Smooths clears that one out at breakneck speeds. Christian with a demo onto that one. Roz gonna be pinched right in between. Roz and Ramen sent to the skies to Sonic Boom. Not able to find that follow-up, but back to this air contestation, back to this ping pong as another minute passed through our fingers. Not too much happening. Looks like a shot from Ramen from the corner, but it's gonna be high. Roz is gonna clear that one out. Roz trying to set one up of his own, but Christian riding that wall, keeping it nice and within his reach. Christian, 2 for 2 today. Christian not going home just yet. He's gonna put his mechanics to the test. To Sonic Boom, tries to make that read, tries to go right at Christian himself. Christian opts to just send it up towards that crossbar, and he's able to fake out that defender, find that second goal. Now Oakland, you're down 2 with only a minute 38, a minute 35 now. You really got to make something happen here.
Yeah, it is do or die for sure for Oakland. I mean, right now, Saints with that 2-0 lead is looking pretty good for them right now.
Jay Wismont, no defender in the net. Jay Wismont looked like Roz was almost going to find the goal there, actually, that last touch, but it just rides all the way in from Jay Wismont. Spoods right in front, unable to find that jump, unable to find that contest. 2-1. Like I said, it's been a 1-goal gap for all of these games almost. Saints losing their 2-goal lead, but still up a minute 15 to play with. Oakland, and this is what I'm talking about. You can see that Oakland has the facilities to make these things happen. The Saints, more so Christian, just went a little bit crazy on those 2 goals when it came to just absolutely reading those defenders. And that's kind of been Christian's shtick for the whole season, is just he makes those slow plays. He likes to grab the ball, break in front of the defender, and really make them think, all right, is he going high? Is he going low? How am I going to save this? And oftentimes it's going to work out for him, but bouncing in front of the net, not going to work out so well for the Saints, at least. There was someone from Oakland to follow up on that. However, it just ends up being a scuffle in the corner.
Raz trying to get another one of his famous goals here. 30 seconds on the clock. Can it be done? That is the question.
Is the question. Keep in mind, it's only a 2-1 lead. It's definitely possible for Oakland to stay in this series. Saints, your entire goal here is play clear, play time. Just do not let them near your net. The ball, though, going to be in this Saints zone. Spoods, a lot of boost to work with, a lot of carry to work with, but he's met in the air. I believe that was to Sonic Boom. Now, 0 on the clock. You have to make it happen. Oakland,
Ooh.
It's going to touch ground, and what started out as a 2-1 lead for Oakland, going to be coming back straight from the Saints. 3-2, going to be the final score, and you know what that means. We will be meeting you right back here tomorrow for that top 8 of the CCA Open Qualifier number 2.
Yeah, this should be good tomorrow to see those top 8 spots. It should be a lot of games like we just saw. So be sure to tune in for that tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 games had the same amount of goals as the first 3 games combined. Each game itself, 6 goals, double the goals in those last 2 games from the first 3 combined. We've been doing a lot of Rocket League today. I'm a little burnt out towards the end here, but nonetheless, Saints moving on from that loser's bracket after losing to Northern Kentucky in 3-1 fashion. They wait out that loser's bracket. Oakland comes, gives them a real run for their money, but they do make it through in the end. We will meet you here tomorrow for that top 8. Before we go, of course, got to thank everybody here in production. Alex, Matthias on the graphics. Alex there observing. Of course, Ryan here doing the directing / producing here as he comes through, helping out. Ryan is the brains behind all these beautiful stage cams we get to see now with this new facility and everything. But nonetheless, it's been a great day. I'm Josh Pafundi, joined by Amanda Dupuis here. It's been an awesome day of Rocket League. We're going to let you all enjoy your Saturday. Make sure you join us tomorrow at noon for top 8 of CCA Open number 2.